I still remember the moment my entire life collapsed. It started with a simple phone call. A woman's voice on the other end asked a question that froze my blood. "Are you Michael Carter's wife?" At first, I thought it was a mistake. But then she said something that changed everything. "Because my children call him Dad too." My hands started shaking. My heart was pounding so hard I could barely breathe. My husband, the man I had been married to for 8 years, had another family. And what I discovered next destroyed everything I thought I knew. For 8 years, I believed I had the perfect life. My husband Michael was charming, hardworking, and successful. He worked as a regional manager for a logistics company. The job required frequent travel. At least, that's what he always told me. We lived in a beautiful suburban house just outside the city. We had dinner together every night when he wasn't traveling. On weekends, we went hiking or watched movies. Everyone around us said we were the perfect couple. And I believed them. Michael was attentive. He brought me flowers. He surprised me with little gifts. And whenever he left for business trips, he always called me every night. Or at least, almost every night. Looking back now, there were signs. But love has a funny way of blinding you. The first crack in our marriage appeared on a random Tuesday evening. Michael had left for what he called a 3-day business trip. That night, I was cleaning the house when I noticed something unusual. He had forgotten his tablet. Michael never forgot his devices. It was locked. But as I picked it up, a notification appeared. A message. From someone named Emily Redheart Hash. The message preview read, "The kids miss you. When are you coming home?" My stomach twisted. Kids? What kids? Michael and I didn't have children. At first, I told myself it had to be work-related. Maybe Emily was a colleague. Maybe the kids belonged to someone else. But deep down, something felt wrong. 2 days later, everything exploded. I was cooking dinner when my phone rang. Unknown number. Normally, I wouldn't answer. But something told me to pick up. "Hello." There was a pause. Then a woman spoke. Her voice sounded calm, almost nervous. "Hi, is this Sarah?" "Yes, who is this?" Another pause. Then she asked the question that made my world stop. "Are you Michael Carter's wife?" My heart started racing. "Yes, why?" The woman inhaled slowly. "Because he's my husband too." The room started spinning. I laughed nervously. "This isn't funny." But the woman didn't laugh. Instead she said quietly, "We have 2 children together." Her name was Emily. And she suggested we meet. Part of me wanted to hang up and forget the entire conversation. But another part of me needed answers. So the next day, we met at a small cafe downtown. I recognized her immediately. She looked just as nervous as I felt. And sitting beside her were 2 little kids. A boy around 6. And a girl who looked about 4. Emily slid a photo across the table. It was Michael, holding the children. Smiling. The same smile he gave me every morning. Except this photo was taken at a park. A place he once told me he had visited on a business trip. My chest tightened. "How long?" I asked. Emily looked down. 7 years. 7 years. That meant he started this second life almost immediately after marrying me. Emily began telling me everything. Michael claimed he traveled often for work. The same story he told me. Except when he was supposedly traveling, he was living with her, playing father, eating dinner with his kids, helping with homework, reading bedtime stories. And while he was doing all that, I was sitting alone in our house, waiting for him to come home. My hands were trembling. "How did you find out about me?" I asked. Emily looked embarrassed. "Last week I saw a credit card statement, with a charge for jewelry. The jewelry Michael gave me for our anniversary." Emily thought he was cheating on her. So she searched his name online. And found our wedding photos. I thought the worst part was discovering the second family. But I was wrong. Because then Emily said something that chilled my blood. "There's something else." My heart sank. What? She hesitated before answering. He told me he was divorced. Divorced? Michael had told her that his ex-wife was bitter and unstable. He said she refused to let him see his child. Except that ex-wife was me. He had been lying to both of us. For years. Before I tell you what happened next, I need to ask you something. If you discovered your partner had been living a secret life for 7 years, what would you do? Would you confront them immediately? Or would you gather proof first? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoy dramatic real-life stories like this, make sure you subscribe to Broken Vows Stories. Because sometimes, the truth behind a marriage is darker than anyone expects. That night, Michael came home. He kissed me like nothing was wrong. How was your day? He asked. I looked at him. Really looked at him. And suddenly I realized. I didn't know this man at all. I placed the photo Emily gave me on the table. Michael froze. The color drained from his face. Where did you get that? He whispered. I crossed my arms. From your other wife. Silence filled the room. For a moment he said nothing. Then he tried to laugh it off. This is crazy. But I wasn't done. I showed him everything. The messages. The photos. The evidence. His shoulders dropped. And finally, he admitted it. Michael tried to explain. He said he never meant for things to get this far. He claimed he loved both families. He said he didn't know how to stop. But his excuses meant nothing. Because the damage was already done. 2 families. 2 lives. 7 years of lies. That night I packed a suitcase. And walked out. But the story didn't end there. Because what happened next destroyed Michael's life completely. A few weeks later, Emily and I met again. This time we weren't strangers. We were 2 women who had been betrayed by the same man. And we made a decision. Michael would no longer control the story. We told the truth. To everyone. Friends. Family. His workplace. His boss was furious. Turns out Michael had been using company travel funds to maintain his double life. Within a month, he lost his job, both of his homes, and both families. Ending. The last time I saw Michael, he looked like a completely different person. Broken. Tired. Alone. He begged me to forgive him. But some betrayals can never be repaired. Because when vows are broken, trust dies with them. And sometimes, the truth destroys everything. If this story shocked you, just wait until you hear the next one. Because the next story is about a woman who disappeared after her wedding night. You won't believe what happened next. So if you enjoy powerful stories about betrayal, karma, and shocking relationship secrets, make sure you subscribe to Broken Vows Stories and turn on notifications. Because the next story might be even more unbelievable than this one. And trust me, you don't want to miss it.